Hey guys, I'm Ming.
I'm Zenas. Z.
Z, and this is the first video ever for Sendif.
Let's get into it.
So before we get started into the whole idea behind the next couple of weeks and what we're going to be doing with email marketing, I thought that we would sort of give a brief little introduction and background about why we're doing everything. So Z, you want to talk a bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name's Zenas. I have been doing technology creation for a long time. I used to work at Microsoft and have created many startups with Ming here. And most recently, I did a startup in the co-living space, which really doesn't have anything to do with email marketing, but I did learn how to scale a company. And what we want to do now is solve problems. So,
yeah, I think playing on that, we just really like to build solutions to problems that we see. And recently, so I have an eyewear shop on Shopify called Rocket Eyewear. And in 2020, basically, it was very hard to sell prescription lenses. And so what Z and I did was we built a Shopify app that helped basically any eyewear store sell prescription lenses. And that was a nice solution to a little problem that we had. And now I have another problem when it comes, which is email marketing. Yeah, in a nutshell, I've been running Rocket Eyewear for the last 5 years, and I don't do enough email marketing. I feel like I should. I think that if I did it well, I'd probably be able to add about, hopefully 10, maybe 20% to my revenue each year. But I sort of just, I find it really hard to do because, like, for a couple reasons, one, I don't have good ideas sometimes for what types of emails to send to my customers, and I worry that if I don't have something relevant to send them, it might come across as a little spammy. Number two, I'm not a graphic designer by any means, so coming up with nice images and graphics to put in emails is tough. I like writing, so I think I can do the writing aspect. But on a higher level as well, as the sort of, the founder of this business, I also think that my time is probably better spent thinking about new user acquisition. Even though email marketing's ability to bring in 10 to 20% is huge. Even if it could bring in 10 to 20%, I think that would be hugely beneficial to my business. I find it hard to dedicate the time to learning and doing email marketing really well when I feel like I should be thinking about bigger initiatives to try to drive more users to my business. So,
do you feel that email marketing is important for you though? Do you get the sense that you should be doing it and you just aren't? Is that how you feel, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is important, but you don't know how to solve it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple solutions, right? I mean, the first solution would be to just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to figure it out and do it all on my own. But that, it's just one of those things where it could be very time consuming because it's multidisciplinary. You got to design stuff. You got to think of ideas. You need to write. The other idea is to sort of approach an agency to do it for me, but I also don't know that I have enough going on to justify sort of a fixed cost every month of $1,000 to $2,000 to spend on an agency.
Right, and if you were doing let's say $10 million in sales a month, well then it probably makes sense that an agency just comes in and helps you. But you're in this level where
just doing just under $1 million revenue each year.
Yeah.
And I have now I have 10,000 email subscribers. So I think that the list size is getting to a point where the email marketing could be quite interesting. In my first couple of years, 1 or 2 years when I didn't even have, maybe low thousands or 1,000 or 2,000 users, maybe the list size wasn't big enough to do anything. But I think at this point, maybe it's beginning to make sense to take a deeper look into email marketing.
Okay, so then our goal is to figure out what to do for Rocket Eyewear in order to increase its revenue through email marketing.
That's right. Yeah.
The goal that we wrote down here is we're going to try to get Rocket Eyewear $10,000 extra over the next couple of months just with the email that we do. For us ourselves, for Sendif, we're trying to figure out what it is that stores like you need in order to make email marketing easy and even enjoyable. At the end of the day, if you're making $10,000 extra, you're going to be really happy and you're going to hopefully keep doing this. And what we want is to figure out, are there repeatable things that we can do? Is there a tool that we can create? Is there something that we can give to other stores in order to do the same thing without all of the pain that we have to go through in order to get your store that extra revenue?
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it. I also think that it's a very specific kind of store that we're dealing with, that sort of IM. What I mean by that is that it's a specific stage in the life of a company. So if you're a bigger company, and you can afford to hire away the problem,
right,
whether by hiring a full-time email marketing person or an actual email marketing agency, then maybe you won't encounter this problem. But the problem that we're facing, or I'm facing, is that of a small business that is trying to keep things very lean, that does not have a full-time marketing person in-house, and so it's up to the founder really to try to do the email marketing himself.
Right.
Yeah, and hopefully we are able to find a way to solve this problem for us, for me, and for other companies that might be in the same boat.
Got it. So actually that's really exciting for me because I get to learn a lot about email marketing that I never knew and a lot of the problems that stores face.
Happy to be a guinea pig.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to get Rocket to have $10,000 extra in sales?
Yeah, so I think email marketing, you typically break it down into flows and campaigns. It just so happens that over the next, say, 2 months or so, I think that there are 2 campaign ideas we could try to push out.
Okay.
One would be a new collection that we're planning to launch in about hopefully 3 to 4 weeks. And the other one would be, I've never done this before, but I noticed that every November, December, sales of prescription eyewear tend to spike because a lot of people use their corporate health insurance dollars to buy the prescription sunglasses or glasses because it's essentially free.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've never actually promoted that or informed people that they can. So organically, it's already happening, but hopefully with a bit of a reminder from us, more people will do so.
Got it. And what about the flow side? Do you think that has the potential to generate more revenue as well?
Yeah, I think I have the basic one set up. Mm-hmm. I have a welcome series. I have an abandoned cart flow, as well as I don't know what it's called really. Just like a comeback, like if somebody bought and didn't buy for a while, like ask them to come back and take a look.
Got it.
So basically, right now, if somebody buys a pair of sunglasses and they don't buy for 3 months, I'll be like, hey, did you know you could also make those sunglasses as glasses? Got it. Right.
Okay.
But I know that if you look into sort of like best practices, there are probably about 5 to 7 flows that every store should use, and I'm only using 3 of them.
Got it.
So
okay.
That could be a potential.
Yeah, we potentially have quite a few things that we could be sending out to customers and getting them to come back and buying from your store.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very exciting. Okay, so what can you expect from this channel? What we want to do is take Rocket Eyewear, apply the email marketing things that we learn along the way in how to develop templates, how to develop campaigns, send those out, creating new flows on the Rocket Eyewear store, applying them, and seeing what the results are. Our goal is to get $10,000 extra over the next 2 months, and we're going to show you along the way what we do and what the results are. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. That's exactly right. And you know, in addition to sort of the along the way how it goes, we're also if we learn anything along the way, we'll try to compile them into sort of videos that summarize what we learned.
Yeah, I think we can also do some how-to videos, right? Which is how
Yeah.
to set up X flow or X campaign that actually generates you more revenue on your store.
Yep.
If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave us a comment, tell us what you would like to see, and we'll try and include it in the series as we go along.
Yeah, exactly what Z said. You know, we would. She's the great outro already. See you in the next episode.